Good morning, good morning. Welcome to your math lesson for Tuesday, May 12th. I hope you guys are having a good day. Remember, no Bible today. Whew, my bun's a little off center up here. Oh well. It's one of those mornings, guys. It's always one of those mornings, right? You'd think that this would start to get easier. Is it getting easier for you guys now that we're in the last week? I'd say it's a little easier. It's still not easy. I'd rather be in class with you guys. I miss seeing your smiling faces, but we will make this work because champions adjust, right? Right. Okay. Okay, so today's lesson for math is actually lesson 147. Now, lesson 147 is supposed to go together with a quiz. We're supposed to be doing quiz number 15 today, and since we're not doing quizzes, you just don't have a speed drill or a quiz. So we're just going to get right on into the lesson. Today's lesson is fairly simple. It's another measurement lesson. This is a capacity measurement, meaning how much something can hold, right? And we're talking about teaspoon and tablespoons. Now, teaspoons and tablespoons are very important because we use them often, right? Now, you may not use them often quite yet, but when you start to bake or if you cook or if you're taking medicine or, little things like that, these are very important, all right? These are in the same realm of cups, quarts, liters, measure something liquid in a capacity form, but it's smaller than all of those things, right? If you just need a little bit, this is the measurement that you would use, either a teaspoon or a tablespoon. Now let's look at the top of page 265. It tells us that 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. So a tablespoon is a bigger spoon. The way you remember that is, think about it, tea and table, teaspoon, tablespoon. A tea packet is much smaller than a table is, right? So a tablespoon is bigger than a teaspoon. It takes 3 teaspoons for 1 tablespoon. It's not that much bigger. It's not like comparison of a tea and a table, but that just helps us to remember which one is larger and which one's smaller, okay? All right, that's all we're learning today. Let's practice. Look at number 1, class practice. We are going to figure out each of these unit conversions, okay? So we're going for A all the way through L from tablespoons to teaspoons. So if we're going from tablespoons to teaspoons, we're going to multiply each time. Our special number is 3. Easy enough, okay? Let's do it. Letter A, 1 tablespoon. 1 times 3 is how many teaspoons? 3. A is 3. How about B? 2 tablespoons is how many teaspoons? So you take 2, multiply it by that special number of 3, and you get 6. How about C? 3 tablespoons times 3 is 9 teaspoons. Easy enough? All right, I want you guys to do D, E, and F on your own. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Go ahead and go through and get those, and then we'll check them together. And then you're going to be responsible for doing G, H, I, J, K, and L on your own, okay? So do D, E, and F right now. Did you get them? They should go pretty quick. You're just multiplying by 3 each time. So D should be 12. E should be 15, and F should be 18. Do you guys see a pattern going on here? Let's look at A. Start at A. Say your answers with me. Ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I wonder what the next 2 rows are going to be. I want you to do those 2 rows on your own independently. Show me that you know what we're doing. Excuse me. All right, so you're responsible for those. Let's look at 2A, B, and C. Now, for 2A, B, and C, they want you to show the work, all right? So for A through L, those were easy enough that you could do them in your head. I expect you to do them in your head, mental math, right? But for 2A, B, and C, I want to see your work. So for example, let's do A together. 24 teaspoons. Teaspoons is TSP for the abbreviation teaspoons equals how many tablespoons? TBSP, tablespoon, okay? All right, so we're going to do our 3 steps just like we normally would. We're going from teaspoons to tablespoons, so it's going to be dividing. So number 1 is dividing, and actually I should give myself some room here. Number 1 is dividing. Number 2, now remember we're putting a box around, let's see, how many tablespoons? How many tablespoons? All right, we're going to put a box around this one because this is the one that's changing, right? This is a conversion. Now 2, my special number is what? How many teaspoons in a tablespoon? 3. And 3, we're just going to do the work. 24 divided by 3, 8. So 8 tablespoons, 8 tablespoons, 8 tablespoons. You're going to fill them all in. All right? All right, you do letter B. We'll check it together. Go ahead and do letter B on your own. I want to see all 3 steps, okay? All right, how'd you do? I'm looking at the board and it looks kind of wonky when I put this on there. Tablespoons. I think that looks a little bit better. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Did you get your answer? If you didn't, pause me and finish up and then play when you have it. All right, so here's your answer, or here's your work. Remember 3 steps. We're looking for teaspoons. So 5 1/3 is how many teaspoons? I'm going to put a box around the version that's converting. All right, and then 1. We're going from tablespoons to teaspoons, multiply. 2, that special number is the same, 3, right? S equals 3. And then 3 is just doing the work. Now we have a fraction in here. We have 5 1/3 times 3. I remember when we have this kind of a fraction and multiplication process, we have to change our whole numbers and our mixed numbers into improper fractions. That's the only way that you can multiply. So it's, let's see, 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16 over 3, times 3 over 1. Remember, a mixed number or a whole number is just itself over 1 if you're putting it into improper. Excuse me. All right, and now I notice, guys, I can cross cancel, right? 3 and 3 both have GCF of 1. They go into each other. Or, I'm sorry, GCF of 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. And then I just need to multiply over 16 over 1. Anything over 1 is just itself, so there is my answer, 16 teaspoons for 5 1/3 tablespoons. Okay. All right, the last one is up to you guys. Letter C, I want you to do independently, and that is all the new stuff that we're learning today. Let's go over our directions for the rest of the stuff, okay? For number 3, you're going to solve the story problem. All right, now it says the temperature one cold day at Plymouth Rock was 18 degrees below freezing on the Fahrenheit scale. Set the thermometer to the correct temperature. Now remember, the freezing point for Fahrenheit is 32 degrees. So you're going to have to find the difference between those two numbers. And then they don't want your answer in number form. They want you to draw it, color it in so that the thermometer is set to that temperature, okay? All right, on the back, guys, page 266, number 4, multiply for each of those. Number 5, solve and check the equations. Remember, you always check after you go through by putting whatever that letter and what you feel like it equals back into the original problem. All right. For C, divide and check. Number 7, write the answers. And then number 8 is something that we haven't seen in 4th grade before, but I'm curious to know if you've seen it in 3rd grade. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to try on number 8. It is not going to be worth anything. If you get it right, I'll give you bonus points, all right? So bonus points towards your math grade if you get it right on letter A. 8. But here's the thing, you need to be honest. You should not be going to mom and dad and asking them for the answer. So you should just be trying your best. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, it's not worth anything. So it's not anything off of your math grade, okay? All right, so you can use a homework pass on this assignment. Like I said, all of the assignments this week are fair game for homework passes. However, if you use a homework pass, you still need to do all of 1, all of 2, and 8. All right, 1, 2, and 8 are still required. Everything else you can forget about if you're using homework pass, but 1, 2, and 8 you must do. Okay? All right, that's it for math today. Pretty easy peasy. I will catch you guys later in a future video. Goodbye.